My father, Alex Mason, gave up everything he had. He abandoned me so he could defend his country from people like you. I hated him for that. But now, here I am.
Right now, because there are no rush to put this ball back into play.
This game is 1-1 still.
You're still going to have a concern with home United. On the other side,
Game is still 1-1.
Shepherding some players forward, and then he just goes backwards to Nealon. Remember, with 1 minute to play, should be more like 3. Good chase. Nealon gets rid of it long. Loose up to the front there from James before he can respond. James just trying to shepherd it out, does so. Just thinking about the fact that really in this game, both teams did a pretty good job defending the other players, Starman and Kane and Erling Haaland. That's absolutely. But the longer these games go, the tighter these games are, the more dangerous players like that become, because you start to think you're doing the job, I think. I mean, there's been good players around them, and Bellingham is just as big a star for this team as Harry Kane, but
Yo.
get there with a slow reaction. He doesn't have anything left in his legs. It's to catch Bellingham.
Domination. Capture the objective.
Whoa.
Losing A. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming.
That's not the question. It's the early reaction. So I would say that should be a yellow card, for sure. But it's not a... really, think about the force at which that comes up, where he comes up the top of Bellingham's ankle. Is it the force of the tackle, or the consideration for an obvious first-game opportunity? The ball was already back by the line. So it would just be a matter of the force of the danger in the tackle. And again, we've lost most of a minute here to drop off, so nothing in it for Giroud Rizal, the video assistant referee.
It should have been.
Maybe as much as 2 more minutes. Nealon using all of that count from the referee before he puts this ball on. Spence heads it out. It's going to be a goal-away throw to create a attacking chance out of this one. With the final seconds of normal time in the World Cup quarterfinal. First time in Norway's history they've been in a position like this. It's going to be thrown in. Charlie Odegaard to leak it behind. And Alex Mason will maybe not give us as much time as he should have, but he ends the game now. And we will head to extra time here in Miami in the World Cup quarterfinal as the 90 minutes finishes. Norway 1, England 1.
Domination.
Building on my progress without starting off, weight gain and reported sexual side effects for me. Elder needs to mention patients have increased risk of Down syndrome.
Capture the objective. Securing A. Enemy has Charlie. Alpha lockdown.
Sticky out! Enemy with weapon! Another kill. On your feet! Sticky out!
Securing Bravo. Friendly UAV inbound. Losing B. Enemy took Bravo. Securing C. Securing Bravo. C secure. All flags secured. Hold your positions. Losing Alpha. Enemy has A. Losing B. Hostile UAV above.
Smoke.
UAV awaiting orders.
Enemy spotted.
Look at ghosts, bro. I'm gonna be ghosts.
He's out. Sticky out. Sticky out. Concussion out. Shot out.
Losing C.
Gun down. Stand by.
UAV inbound.
Gun down. Stand by.
Losing Bravo. Losing C. Losing Charlie.
Sticky out.
Hunter-killer drone deployed. Securing Alpha. Hostile UAV above. UAV on standby. Losing C. Care package on standby.
Top it off.
Friendly lightning strike inbound. Friendly UAV inbound. Friendly lightning strike inbound. Lightning strike awaiting coordinates.
Very good.
Pushing your location. Time now.
Losing Charlie. Lightning strike coordinates received inbound.
Confirmed. 2 KIA.
Losing Charlie. MQ-27 Dragonfire ready for deployment.
On your feet.
Check your timeline.
Smoked. Attack reload.
MQ-27 Dragonfire ready for launch. Losing Bravo. Losing Bravo.
Drop them.
Good job, SEALs. Get ready for the next round.
They're actually
Enemy
talking
down.
about set pieces. No way to get dangerous. Those the guys were supposed this season. 2 of them set pieces. They screwed off his set piece in this tournament. That's another threat that they bring on. And games like this that are tight, and
Domination.
we've seen a lot.
MQ-27 Dragonfire ready for deployment. Securing Charlie. C locked down. We've taken the advantage. Friendly MQ-27 Dragonfire deployed. Hunter-killer drone deployed. Friendly UAV inbound. Securing B. Alpha secure. Friendly lightning strike inbound. Losing C.
Concussion out! Grenade, move! Concussion out! Dropped him.
Losing Charlie. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming.
Concussion.
Securing B. Securing Bravo. Losing C. All flanks secured. Hold your positions. Losing A. Losing Charlie. Hostile hunter-killer drone inbound. Enemy took Alpha.
Gun down, stand by.
Be advised, hostile UAV incoming.
Get moving.
Losing Bravo. Securing C. Securing C.
Concussion out!
Charlie secure.
Sticky. On your feet. Concussion out! Shoot her down. Smoke.
Friendly UAV inbound. Lost Charlie.
Sticky. Concussion out!
Losing Bravo. Securing C. Hostile lightning strike inbound. Losing Bravo. Securing Alpha. Friendly UAV inbound. Friendly UAV inbound. A locked out. We're winning this fight. Lightning strike coordinates received inbound.
I've got you. Sticky going out. On the move. Sticky out. Sticky out. Sticky out.
Objective parameters obtained.
To run with it, it's behind him, and then he goes down a little bit awkwardly. Ostergaard, tied fourth, poked away, Kane's there. Just a touch by Newson to keep that away from James.
It's 7:15.
Some real pressure, some problems that Bellingham's creating, and it was Berrigan in the end just retreating into Bieland. Still, the chance of Jude behind the goal from the English fans that have been in full force since that goal. You brought up before the game, Norway haven't really dealt with a ton of adversity in the classic sense. The one game they lost, they changed out their entire team against France. They were tied late, they had to go beat Ivory Coast. This is a different moment for them. It is a different moment, and it's going to be a monster effort. If anything, this tournament is England have shown is that they have a grit. They can dig deep. They can suffer. And they suffered through long periods of that second half to get to extra time. And it's the man right here that has once again been the difference. Rodgers in a foot race with Iyer on that ball from Bellingham. Rodgers with a little bit of a bump in. That's not going to be whistled as a foul. It's out for an England throw. Just something different about a guy like Jude Bellingham. That it's not luck. It's not luck that you rise and you don't cower away from the moments. And there's a reason he's got the 10 shirt. There's a reason he's playing in Real Madrid, one of the biggest clubs in the world. The majority of his English goals have come in knockout tournaments, in big international tournaments. Once again, he's England's hero as it stands. England just slam the door shut. Don't even keep it ajar for an Erling Haaland moment to bust through it. Jed Spence is going to dance his way into the box. Spence. Jed Spence. And now England do have a chance to grab an insurance goal. Not sure Beckham was smiling or couldn't look at nerves, but what a run for Jed Spence, as you said. He was a second-half sub. He's criticized heavily for his performance against the Congo when he got the start at right back. But he has been a difference maker. With just like attacking ability from the right back position. And he's smart, gets his foot in front of Oscar Bob here. We are checking right now. So what I'm seeing is he's leaning, and he's the one that causes the contact here. So I think he's trying to draw, and what I would say is this, as we were checking this, I don't see that Bob is really kicking out into him or pushing him over in any way. It's almost like Spence hits his body and then goes down. Mark, do you feel the same way about that?
This would be extremely harsh to be awarding a penalty kick. It's not consistent with what we've seen at other incidents in the tournament. Spence gets in front and he puts his leg in front, and that's stuck. When he slows down, he's creating the contact by Bob, and I just think it's a normal coming together. But it's interesting, the referee's on-field decision was penalty kick, so it needs to be a clear and obvious error from the referee. Yeah. But if you watch it, Spence does get in front, but the contact isn't enough to award a penalty kick.
And I like here, Mark, once again, that we're getting at least the referee brought over to the monitor to make the final decision here. And that it's not just being overturned, because this is a subjective call.
but you're giving him an opportunity to look at it again. But what I saw on the slow-mo here, I would not like this as a penalty. I think this should be overturned. Because I think this is a pretty... Two players trying to both play for the ball. It would be one thing if Bob, to me, is trying to get his leg really around or trying to kick his leg first. You see how Spence is getting his right foot around him in an unnatural way, to me. He's looking for the penalty. After review, the attacker put his leg in front of the defender without any foul. So final decisions, no foul.
And Jet Spence is furious. He was in a shouting match with some of the Norway assistant coaches, Erling Haaland's dad, making his feelings known. And then he kicked the ground in anger after the decision was called out by referee Clement Turpin.
English fans would like it, but it's the right call. I'm glad to see that overturned. So they're still alive, the Norwegians.
We've got a few more twists and turns to come here. I think it's fair to say we've still got 20 minutes to play. Bob battling, and that was the two that led to the penalty. Bob and Spence out for an England throw. But how do Norway create the goal that they need to keep this dreamy run of theirs alive? It's going to fall free to Nusa. Holmgren Pedersen chases it down wide. Holland said the other day after the win over Brazil, every time I think I've peaked, there's a new peak. He needs to have a moment here. Here comes the cross, nowhere near him. Anderson stabs it away. This is not just when his country wants him. This is when his country needs him. They're shouting for a handball. It's not given the field against Ireland. Bob rolls it forward. Odegaard.
Yeah, his country need him, John, but he hasn't had the service that he needs to score.
And by the way, that was either a really loud drum or that was thunder we just heard.
But he's a striker. I've said it many times. You've seen it. He doesn't always create goals by himself. He needs the ball in the box. Give him a chance.
Found Nusa somehow shot blocked. That was Genki there. It spins it behind for a corner. Norway are arguing that was a handball.
Well, it ends up being from Gehi, but we'll see if it did hit his hands, and if his hands were extended from his body as he makes this. Finds a nice spot. No, it comes off his hip, and even if that had come off his hand there, that would have been a natural position. Really great defending from Gehi. Look how tightly he's got those hands tucked in and not exposed in any way to potentially give away a penalty. Makes himself big, but from the Norwegians on a set piece.
Patrick Berg wearing number 6 to take corner kick number 6 for Norway.
For 4, who's the goal?
That's the sound of the Norwegian supporters stomping their feet here in Miami. There, hooks it into the traffic. There was all sorts of chaos in there. England scrambled it away. 1 minute to go in the first half of extra time. Jude Bellingham, the difference maker, his second goal of the game. First to react to the spill, the rebound, the Morgan Rogers shot that Milan couldn't hold. England trailed for 11 minutes late in the first half before Bellingham tied the game at first half stoppage time. Musa nowhere to go. Odegaard has housed this. Chance to cross. He'll clip this one in too close to Pickford. Pickford wanted to go quick, didn't have a good outlet. I'll drop that in for Eze, and he's done so. And then the pressure there from Alfred to win it back to Norway. England bench is furious. Whoever loses this is going to be both dejected and absolutely irate. And we'll play 3 added minutes at the end of the first half of extra time for that VAR review for the penalty that was taken away. Now this on Spence, who's able to block the pass. And Clement's not going to call out Austin from the seat of his pants, put in a potentially dangerous ball. Anderson was alert. guys are just exhausted.
They're gas.
Great switch of play from Anderson to Reece James.
It's as much mental as it is physical in these moments for both teams. And the whole thing for them is they got to chase. So they're the team that really has to push.
This guy Bellingham running through. Fire popped into the air. Wins the second header to clear forward. He was making a run instead of comes wide to Saka. Pedersen defending him. 90 seconds to play in the first half of extra time. Anderson, he'll clip this up. Late run for Bellingham. Is it going to spin to stay in play for Eza? It is. And it was offside. That's in. Look at quickly, and Ostergaard immediately had Kane on top of him. I don't think Milan saw that, and then Ostergaard gives it away under some pressure. Bellingham will move it up to the far side. Bukayo Saka. Holmgren Pedersen, the defender. Saka slows it up. Using James the decoy, comes back to Bellingham, and he had the referee there, so blocking him off.
A little dummy from the referee there to let that one run. Might have given him the overshot.
You thought that Mark Odegaard there was blocking something with someone on the bench a moment ago.
I think Odegaard felt a little frustrated that he was playing the ball straight away under pressure. Milan this time going to push everybody up. Seeing some more frustrated body language now from Stowe Solbach.
James wins the header. Holmgren Pedersen. That's great play by Saka.
The biggest credit I can give England as well is in this extra time period, every single player dialed in both sides of the ball. You get defending from Saka, from Eza, from Bellingham. Now Kane's in possession. Didn't he have one more chance just to find a goal? They're just going to slow this ball down a little bit and have some possession as we head into the second half of extra time.
Half time of extra time. Jude Bellingham, the difference maker as it stands in the World Cup quarterfinal. Rebecca, Thierry's, Latan, Alexi on the other side of the stadium from us. Over to you.
John, thank you very much indeed. So 3 minutes into extra time, Jude Bellingham putting England 2-1 up. Since 1966, only Harry Kane and David Beckham have more goal involvements for England at major tournaments now than that man, Jude Bellingham. We'll talk about it in just a sec. I just got to remind you that Lionel Messi and Argentina are coming up when this game finishes. They face Switzerland in the final quarter-final for a place, of course, in the semi-final. That one is coming up next here on Fox. But all then done at Miami Stadium. Live pitches here. Zlatan, Jude Bellingham, describe that.
Amazing. Follow up a shot like he always does, because a lot of players fall in sleep for these rebounds, but if you have the instinct of the game, you follow up and he scores. But also the goalie, he does a mistake here. Or you push it out or you hold it. You cannot let it go in front of you. But 2-1 England.
Thierry, the next 15 minutes, what's the main message for both teams, do you think, from their bench?
Well, it's one thing, hold it for England, play smart, kill the time, and for Norway, we got to speed it up. The only guy that I see that is in a hurry to play is Odegaard. He's the only guy that I see trying to move stuff, asking for the ball, still trying to pass the ball. And we all know the big man needs services. We all know he's not going to take the ball and run it alone. You need to put in the box, try to cross a tiny bit earlier to see if he can score.
Alexi, your thoughts with 15 to go?
We heard Stu Holden talk about the fact that it was going to be a big player stepping up or a big mistake. I think we got both in that goal, but as the game wears on, as the time wears on, as the heat takes an effect, it's not just the physical depletion, it's also the mental depletion in that moment. And when a team is sitting in like that, long-distance shots can happen, all right? And good things can happen when you try to unlock them with those long-distance shots. Now, they got to see it out.
Zlatan, you're nodding.
No. I agree with him, because the mental part, when you get tired, it's more difficult to stay focused and stay alert. So they gotta, but they're tired. This is the 6th game in the tournament. The heat in here, Humidity doesn't make it easy, and even by standing here in front of the camera, I get tired. So imagine them running. That's it.
Very good point. Strand Larsen, Jürgen Strand Larsen coming on, Thierry.
Who wants it the most? Jude Bellingham wanted it the most. And we saw the same thing yesterday. Same goal. Mistake from Lemons. Who appeared? Merino. Who appeared today? Jude Bellingham. Exactly that. He wanted it the most.
Haaland coming off, Thierry. Your thoughts on that?
So it's a couple of times he went talking to the coach. Coach was talking to him. He wasn't moving. Sometimes you have to accept the decision of the coach.
Gatan, on Haaland coming off.
He looked tired, to be honest. When he was defending here close to us in the corner, he didn't look sharp. He didn't look to stay on his toes, and he was like not limping but slowing down. And listen, every run he makes is like 40-50 meters run, and yes, he's not involved a lot in the game, but when he puts pressure, it's not a 50% run. It's a 100% run, and often he wins those balls. So it's understandable. He's tired.
Haaland looks devastated on the bench. Can they do it without him? 15 more minutes in the company of Stu Holden and John Strong.
Yeah, Rebecca, let's not just gloss past this. This is Erling Haaland. This is a superhuman. This is the most important player Norway have, and they're not now going to have him for the last 15 minutes of their World Cup potential.
It's massive, and I just want to be careful as well. We were watching him actually between the start of the first extra time. He was getting a lot of treatment on his left leg. Now, we can't speculate that there was an injury, but it would speak a lot to what the guys were saying there in the studio about it. Just didn't look like he quite had it in the running and the movement, the same acceleration. He didn't have service to attack, but I think maybe Solbakken said, look, let's give you 15 minutes, see if you can keep going. But now you've made the change. But I have to think that it's a combination of fatigue, but also maybe a little something that he was potentially carrying.
Okay, but also, what do they do? Where does their goal come from now?
Well, Strand Larsen is a big body up there, too. He's capable of scoring. I think you've got to also start to put this back line under pressure. Going to see more crosses.
Antonio Nusa on the ball for Norway. Running out of time. Gets a great cross in. Snapped away by Stones. And now he's holding the back of his leg. He's limping behind the play. Volume goes down. Free kick England. And like you had said earlier, in the second half break, Norway, it was a team conversation. England, it's recovery as much as anything else. Elliot Anderson was getting a lot of work done. And Stones is really struggling behind the play, and there's Haaland there.
Yeah, just rejection, disappointment, devastation as it stands. See if his team can do what he's done all tournament, which has been carrying them. Now, they've been a collective, but from a goal standpoint, he has truly been carrying 7 of the 11 goals for his team. As his dad watches on.
Strand Larsen. When you're Erling Haaland's backup, you're not going to play much, and he has not played much at this tournament. Vestergaard wins the header. That's the first soccer trying to leak in behind. Vestergaard was alert, and then he awkwardly runs into his teammate, Arsnes, and he's a bit shaken up. Norway held the lead for 11 minutes in the first half. They thought they had retaken the lead early in the second half. Wanted to see the goal taken away correctly by VAR. Skåne Solbakken has led this team from not being able to qualify for any major tournament this century to a World Cup quarterfinal. What do they have left? Can they keep this dream going? And they book a place in the semifinal. Will it be England for, again, just the 4th time ever? They've lost more World Cup quarterfinals than any nation in history. And England reach a semifinal. Book a date in Atlanta Wednesday against either Argentina or Switzerland ahead of their game tonight in Kansas City. France and Spain watch on. They will play Tuesday in Dallas in the first semifinal. Sonderberger. Norway team that have had a magical ride to get here. Beat Italy home and away in the qualifiers to get to the World Cup. In it comes Patrick Berg. Put it over. Pickford didn't get a touch.
A lot of bodies for England defensively attracted to Strand Larsen. Trying to stop him, and then a quick recovery. Just doesn't stay under the crossbar. It's a good-looking strike, though, and the late pressure coming from Spence, I think, just forces him to take it a little bit sooner than he would have liked there.
We're trying to pressure high up the field now. Anderson able to get rid of it. Stuttgart wins the header. It's knocked down. It's Newsom. Reece James wouldn't let him by. Pinged around awkwardly, but Harry Kane picks it up. Kane will hand it off for via Saka and make his run in the box. Saka. Meyer trying to push him off the ball. He can't. Saka gets away. Puts it right at Milan. Third save for him.
Oh, it just comes off his heel. Did the hard part.
Spence defenders with us all. Jet Spence clearing forward. Jet Spence saved. Milan. Saka rebound saved. Milan.
Big time save.
Not done. Morgan Rogers, and he'll cycle it around. Spence just made a beeline run there as Milan threw the ball out.
You know, he called off Harry Kane from that ball, too. I say, look, get out of my way.
Milan with 3 saves in quick succession. 5 for the night.
And it's not going to make up for the error that he made on the goal, but that's gone a long way from keeping his team still in this and giving them a chance. It's a big-time double save, because the second one from Saka was as difficult as the first.
It's a great ball for Saka. But he was offside.
And Jude Bellingham going down, middle of your screen. Well, first, we're going to get a look at the shot. Just Spence, he took the ball off Kane, drove with it, down to the side. Look at that from Nealon. The first one good, down to his left, but then to pop up and not trying to lean either way. Just takes it on the chest. Good save.
So big Dan Burn, 6'7", is going to replace Jude Bellingham as an extra defensive body here for England for the final 10 minutes. 2 goals for Bellingham.
He's England's star man today. First goal was individual brilliance. The second goal was individual intuition and just a smell, a feel that the moment would be there. That gamble you take, that extra run you make, just on the chance that a ball is spilled, that you have to make that run to get that reward, and he did. He gave everything. He was out of gas. They bring on the specialist, Dan Bourne at the back.
Bellingham 2 goals as Tekka, as England beat Mexico. Bellingham 2 goals here in Miami as England, as it stands, have come from behind to win a game for just the second time in 60 years at a World Cup. Only with 9 minutes to do something about it. We're going to flip it forward towards Trent Larson. There's Burn, first touch. Williams nets it forward. Saka just gets rid of it. We're going again. Trying to do all he can to will his nation forward. Right from Noosa. Great defensive work on the outside by Reece James.
Yeah. Jude Bellingham is celebrating off to the side. He can only look on and watch. He's done his part.
England just give it right back off of that throw-in. Vegas a bit shaken up behind the play. Anderson making life difficult for Odegaard.
The Zlatan said, look, he's the one trying to make the game tear, he said, rather than just buzzing around, trying to get on the ball, trying to make things happen. If it's going to happen, it's going to come from his feet.
They're trying to get it back out for Bob. They do now, but Spence is right on top of him. Good Pedersen for support. Odegaard is essentially the last man back right now. The goalkeeper, Nealon. Newsom, Reece James again defending. Margaret into the middle. Odegaard nowhere to go. 3 England players right in front of him. Odegaard once again will clip this in. Bodies crashing. Header away. That was Stones. Reset quickly for Newsom. James defending. Antonio Newsom deflected ball. And that will spin in behind for an all-the-way club. 7 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Norway's 7th quarter. Right in front of the bulk of the Norway supporters here in Miami. Amongst the 65,000 fans. This is right below where Rebecca, Thierry, Zlatan, and Alexei are watching this. It's whipped into the traffic. It's a solid hit by Stones. Did it take a touch? No, it did not. It's a goal kick.
It's tough when he has to take it quickly. So by trying to get that quick release off, he ends up leaning back, which takes his momentum backwards. You'll see his hits up right on the bottom of the ball. It actually took a deflection. It was missed. Should have been another corner for Norway.
Hard for the referee to see that.
Tough one for sure.
And again, we can take corners away with VAR. We cannot give corners when they're not given on the field. Harry Kane was just having his shirt pulled, wrestled to the ground by Christopher Ayer. The referee didn't give that.
They've got Ostergaard now playing up as a center forward. If that tells you about what they realize what type of game it is now. It's one of your center backs who's good attacking the ball. And England have countered with a 6'7" Dan Burn, but they expect a lot of crosses because there's no space in front.
It's another guard. He's going to clip this in. Strand Larson knocks it down wide. Noosa trying to get there. Bounces off of him. James's clearance. It is out over the end line. It's a goal kick for England. They're 5 minutes away. Prince of Norway looking on. This has been a magical ride for all the Norwegians to get to this point. Is this where the ride ends? The team that fell in the quarterfinal of the last World Cup against France. It's won back though by Norway. It's a great nutmeg there of Rogers by Berg. Strand Larson throwing his body and bodies on the deck all over the place. Norway free kick.
And I would imagine they're going to use this as an opportunity to cause chaos. And so they're going to put everybody up towards that far post. They're going to play it short. Wow, surprising. It looked like Serbakken was trying to tell him to set this one up.
Looks to Noosa. And Reece James will run it back to the first one.
I'd be surprised if this one does not go into the box.
Just a nervy, edgy, hot, sweaty, exhausted atmosphere in Miami in the World Cup quarterfinal. 4 minutes plus stoppage time. On to Odegaard. Odegaard whips that ball in. Pickford comes forward and collides with his own defender. He's down. The play will be stopped. The Norwegians are upset. Jordan Pickford is down. They're showing a yellow for arguing.
Yeah, and this is a tough one for the referee. I think this decision will be made in the spirit of the game. And I mean that in that these are two teammates colliding here. Okay, so it's not a foul on Norway. But the ball was far enough out of the box. I think had it come right here, they would have played on. But the ball went about 25, 30 yards away. And I think if you had the English goalkeeper on the ground in that moment and the goal was scored, there would have been more controversy. And the Norwegians have the right to be furious, but I think that is the right decision in the spirit of the game now.
So Pickford's back up. Probably doesn't get enough credit. All things considered, Jordan Pickford doesn't play in a high-profile club that's winning trophies and is in Europe, but he's been steadfast for England for 3 straight World Cups.
Here, just a second. This should be a Norwegian possession. Okay.
Yeah, now they're
figuring this out. England were pushing up like it was going to be their ball. I don't think they realized that Pickford pushed into his own teammate.
Now it's back in.
So this is the right call.
2.5 minutes plus stoppage time.
Big chance for Norway.
Noosa working on Reece James. Been a great battle between these two. James won't let him by. He won the ball. He knocks it out. And he's arguing. It took a touch off a Norwegian player. The referee agrees. Not able to do anything with it. It just lumped forward. Strand Larson trying to control. Does for Noosa. Inside, Jurgen Strand Larson. Was Noosa still onside? It might not matter. So runs all the way through past him. Noosa needs some help, and he was offside anyway. So the flag comes up. The play's dead. And England are 2 minutes post stoppage time away.
It is tight. He might have been onside there, but the possession turned over, so then they decided to go with what the assistant referee thought.
Midfield is high as far as he'll go, and then Kane head-to-head collision with Ayer. It's a Norway throw, but Harry Kane is down. You used the word attrition earlier, and it's accurate for what this night has been. It has been about survival, finding a way, one way or the other. That's given away to Anderson. Great touch there by Eza. Almost got through cleanly. Job not done because Ayer just sweeps it wide.
It's 7:45.
For England, who trailed for over an hour against DR Congo, who went to the Estadio Azteca. As you said, it was a vindication for all the Americans who have struggled in that building. They have showed a different side of themselves. Can they get it over the line? Burns going to head that away into the empty space. Foot race for the loose ball. Jet spends the extra burst to get there. Can't take it with them, but it did come last off the bar. Two out of minutes to go. Kane will just hook it forward. Rogers trying to control the bouncing ball and does. And now Morgan Rogers, can he just stick it in the corner, take some time off the clock, and runs away from him. Erling Haaland looking on, sent down at halftime of extra time. Jude Bellingham's 2 goals the difference, and the comeback effort, it's sliced. It's out of play. England are almost there. Again, struggling to deal with it, trying to get on the ball, trying to get it forward, trying to create a chance. It's once again a slice clearance. Noosa can't nod it forward. Reece James first to the loose ball. Saka cleans it up under some pressure. Pickford will come out to deal with it. 60 seconds to go. Love long as it was the onside or not. Ayer wins the header. Last chance for Norway. They got to get this ball. They got to get it forward to keep this dream of theirs alive. England 60 seconds away from their 4th ever World Cup semifinal. Long it goes, only as far as Harry Kane knocks it away. As is out of the loose ball, spins it inside, and he's just going to run it in. No, it's taken away by Ayer. Here comes the chance. 30 seconds for Norway. Noosa carrying forward. Noosa drives it inside, gets rid of it, bomb off the chest. That was awkward, but enough by Spence to get it clear. No one arguing for handball to knock it again. 15 seconds at a minimum. Orhan Milan, he'll send this ball forward to the far side. Big Dan Burn, sliding through with the header, screams to the crowd. Turpon is going to hold it for a moment. In it comes as they're timing up for Norway. One last chance. No, there is not. There's the final whistle. England move on to the World Cup semifinal.
It's Jude's night for England once again. What a performance from this English team. Determination, grit, and more importantly, heart of 3 Lions, and they move on to the semifinal.
Rebecca Lowe along with Thierry, Alexi, and Zlatan, over to you as it finishes here in Miami after extra time. England 2, Norway 1.
Thanks to John Strong and to Stuart Holden as the two main men embrace. Neither, in the end, getting on the score sheet, but what a monumental effort from both teams that was. Thierry, how do you describe that England performance tonight?
Great desire, wanting to. Said before, wanting the most. You saw the desire of Jude Bellingham. I know Nick's going to agree with that one because he was nodding a lot on what I'm going to say. Jude Bellingham scored, but Harry Kane, the amount of time he recovered the ball, he defended for everybody, he held the ball, he gained free kicks, and I know Jude scored, and there's nothing to say about that. You have two guys here that are almost, not almost, they're carrying England. They are. But hey, the way they play
England
to give
like
them that. You said it at the beginning.
I was
a lot of people are lacking that English team because they're playing with their heart. And you have to give them that. Well done, England.
Jude Bellingham, by the way, at age 23 years and 12 days, the second youngest player to score 2 or more goals in successive World Cup knockout games after Pele did it in 1958. Zlatan, your thoughts?
I mean, they won the game, they battled, they didn't have their best game. I think Norway had great opportunities. Normally against a good opponent, you don't get a lot of opportunities. The game could have changed. If Norway, if Solo would have given the ball to Haaland, and Haaland would not miss in those situations. But this is all about England now. They won the game. Congrats. On to semi-final. They're gonna face a giant in the semis. They're gonna be short, big heart, great character. The stadium is happy. Rebecca is glowing. She's happy, and we go on.
You saw the shirt there in 1966. That's when England last won the World Cup 60 years ago. Lex, your thoughts?
Well, that picture we just saw there of Bellingham and Burr, right? It's two ends of the spectrum, if you will, in terms of stardom. And yet, the importance of both of those players when they went on the field. So, yes, you had the stars. Yes, you had Jude Bellingham. Yes, you had Harry Kane. But then, players like Spence coming on and changing the game. I mentioned Burr, that even a header at that last minute, it made you want to follow this team. It made this team even more likable. You just keep coming back to that word. They spread the wealth around in terms of making an impact out on the field. That man, even though he doesn't score, he's
Domination.
It's everywhere on the field, clearing balls, doing what he needs to do for this team.
Wonder Warner's playing. Let's listen in.
Capture the objective. Securing Charlie. Enemy has A.
Stick it! Explosive out! Concussion out! Smoke! On your feet!
Securing B. Securing B. Losing C.
Let's go!
Enemy took Bravo. Hostile counter UAV above. Radar is down.
Shoot him! Stick it! Concussion out!
Be advised, hostile UAV incoming.
And again today, you can see why. In London,
Dropped him. Shut him out! Sticky going up. Target check.
Argentina arrive, the world champions, defending the title.
Concussion out!
Losing C. Securing Bravo.
Transitioning.
Losing Charlie.
Concussion out!
We're being dominated. Take those positions. Securing A. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming.
We're having a watch party.
Drop them.
Securing A.
Unlimited home internet that keeps everyone connected. When the connection matters, it has to be AT&T.